Kill the excuse monster. Foundation. Wake the giant within. Hey there! I'm excited to help you explore the concept of excuses and how they can hold us back from achieving our goals. You asked about listing your top 3 excuses tonight, and I'm happy to guide you through this process. Remember, recognizing our excuses is the first step to overcoming them. What you'll learn today. Here are the main learning goals for our lesson. Understand the concept of excuses and how they relate to hidden fears. Learn to identify and acknowledge your own excuses. Develop strategies to overcome excuses and achieve your goals. Recognize the importance of self-reflection and accountability. Apply these concepts to real-life situations and challenges. Practice self-encouragement and motivation to stay on track. Detailed lesson. Basic concepts and definitions. Let's start with the basics. An excuse is a reason or explanation given to justify or explain something, often to avoid blame or responsibility. However, when we make excuses, we're often hiding from our true fears or limitations. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, you might excuse yourself from giving a presentation by saying you're not prepared or that you're too busy. Identifying excuses. To overcome excuses, we need to acknowledge and identify them. Take a few minutes to reflect on your life and think about times when you've made excuses. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What's holding me back? What are my top 3 excuses? Building self-awareness. Self-awareness is key to recognizing and overcoming excuses. It's essential to understand your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Let's use an example to illustrate this. Imagine you're trying to start a new exercise routine, but you keep saying you're too tired or don't have time. In reality, you might be afraid of failing or not seeing immediate results. By acknowledging this fear, you can start to address it and develop a plan to overcome it. Strategies to overcome excuses. Here are some strategies to help you overcome excuses. Break down large goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Create a schedule and stick to it. Find accountability partners or mentors. Practice positive self-talk and self-encouragement. Reward yourself for small achievements. American examples and situations. Let's consider a few examples. If you're trying to start a new business, you might excuse yourself by saying you don't have enough money. However, with the right mindset and planning, you can start small and grow your business over time. If you're trying to learn a new language, you might excuse yourself by saying you're not good at languages. However, with consistent practice and the right resources, you can become proficient in a new language. Key formulas and principles. While there aren't any specific formulas for overcoming excuses, here are some key principles to keep in mind. The 80-20 rule. 80% of results come from 20% of efforts. Focus on the most important tasks and activities. The power of positive thinking. Your thoughts and attitude can greatly impact your behavior and outcomes. The importance of self-care. Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being is crucial for achieving your goals. Real-world connections. Overcoming excuses is essential in many areas of life, such as education. Students who make excuses for not doing homework or studying might struggle to achieve their academic goals. Career. Employees who make excuses for not meeting deadlines or taking on new challenges might limit their career advancement opportunities. Personal relationships. People who make excuses for not communicating effectively or showing up for their loved ones might damage their relationships. Worked examples. Let's work through a few examples. Identifying excuses. Suppose you want to start a new exercise routine, but you keep saying you're too busy. Take a closer look at your schedule and see where you can fit in some exercise time. You might need to wake up earlier or use your lunch break to fit in a workout. Breaking down goals. Imagine you want to write a book, but you're overwhelmed by the task. Break it down into smaller tasks, such as writing 500 words per day or dedicating 2 hours per day to writing. Finding accountability. Suppose you want to start a new business, but you're struggling to stay motivated. Find a business partner or mentor who can provide guidance and support. Practice problems. Here are a few practice problems to help you apply what you've learned. Easy. What's one excuse you've been making lately, and how can you overcome it? Solution. Take a few minutes to reflect on your life and identify one excuse you've been making. Then, think about one strategy you can use to overcome it, such as breaking down a large goal into smaller tasks or finding an accountability partner. Easy. What's one thing you've been putting off, and what's the real reason you're not doing it? Solution. Be honest with yourself and identify one thing you've been putting off. Then, think about the real reason you're not doing it. Is it fear, lack of motivation, or something else? Medium. Suppose you want to start a new diet, but you keep saying you don't have time to cook healthy meals. What's one strategy you can use to overcome this excuse? Solution: consider meal prepping or finding healthy restaurants that offer quick and easy options. You can also look into delivery services that provide healthy meals. Medium: imagine you want to learn a new language, but you're afraid of failing. What's one strategy you can use to overcome this fear? Solution: start small by dedicating 10 to 15 minutes per day to language learning. You can use apps like Duolingo or find a language exchange partner to practice with. Challenging: suppose you want to start a new business, but you're struggling to come up with a business plan. What are 3 strategies you can use to overcome this challenge? Solution: first, research your industry and competitors to get a better understanding of the market. Second, create a mind map or brainstorming session to generate ideas. Third, seek out a business mentor or consultant who can provide guidance and support. Quick summary: here are the most important ideas to take away from our lesson. Excuses are often rooted in hidden fears or limitations. Identifying and acknowledging excuses is the first step to overcoming them. Self-awareness and self-reflection are essential for recognizing and overcoming excuses. Breaking down large goals into smaller tasks, finding accountability partners, and practicing positive self-talk can help you overcome excuses. Watch out for these mistakes. Here are a few common mistakes when trying to overcome excuses. Not being honest with yourself about your fears and limitations. Not creating a clear plan or strategy for overcoming excuses. Not seeking out accountability or support from others. Try these on your own. Here are some homework-style problems to help you apply what you've learned. Write down 3 excuses you've been making lately and identify the underlying fears or limitations. Create a plan to overcome one of these excuses, including specific strategies and deadlines. Find an accountability partner or mentor who can provide guidance and support. You're doing great. Remember, overcoming excuses is a process that takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself and don't be afraid to ask for help. You've got this. If you have any more questions or need further guidance, feel free to ask.